Typical day back then was you came in, you already had a headache from the day before because everything was still a mess. You come back into a mess.
You were lucky if you saw the operator when you went to your machine, you know, they were gone. You had no clue that, hey, maybe you were having trouble with the machine on third shift. And you found out when you started running it.
Each day was basically chaos. You arrived to figure out which firefight you had to put out or work on that day. When you went in the door, they basically told you what had went wrong, and then you tried to go see if you could fix the situation.
It's structured. You know what's expected. You can tell, you know, off the bat if someone's done their DTM for the shift. There's not a lot of chaos.
My day is pretty much planned out. I know what I'm going to be doing, you know, how much time I'm going to be dedicated to each different item that I have to get complete, so there's more structure.
It gives you that focus and that system and that smoother flow.
So people know what's expected of them, and they know it's not an option, it's just what we do. So because of that, it definitely makes us smoother. You know, everyone's working together. It's not, well, people just don't come into work and kind of just walk around like, well, what's expected of me?
Typical day for an operator or maintenance person, the first thing they do is they come through and they'll do their checklist, and for the daily team maintenance, and for each individual person has a type of checklist. An operator has a checklist of things he's supposed to check in the first thing in the morning. Same with the technicians, same with the maintenance crowd.
As soon as we get there, we got a room that we go to, and we look at the board and see what our jobs are for that day.
We have a plant-wide meeting at 8 o'clock, first and third, where we get together and discuss, first and foremost, safety. Was there any safety concerns, any safety issues from the night before that we need to address? Then we move on to our run schedule. Today we've got these machines has to run because they're critical machines our customer needs to order. And then we move from there to any general questions, and that usually takes no more than 10 minutes.
We work really well together. We communicate constantly. If there's something that my operator needs, he knows all he has to do is tell me.
And most of the team leaders are operators, so they'll call a meeting and they'll usually run it. The managers try to be a resource to them, because you know the operators are the ones out there doing the work. They're the ones with hands on equipment. They're the ones who know when something's not right.
Our quality numbers are the best they've ever been in the history of Pendleton Finishing Plant. So I'm very proud of that, to be a part of that team.
We depend on our production associates heavily to make sure that they get the volume out and that the quality is first quality. They can make those decisions on whether we should stop a machine, or if it's making off quality, if something is not behaving properly, or if people aren't being safe. They are given that ownership, and they have the responsibility to make any changes that are necessary.
We like to say it's operator-driven, associate-driven, and they really mean it. I mean, I've worked at other places where I came to where that was, you know, lip service, but here they really mean it.
We come in every morning. We are given what needs to run for that day by our supply chain manager, and then we make our assignments. The technicians make the assignments, give to the operators, and the operators know what to do. They go order the yarn that they need for their machines.
Safety is top priority, you know. Before starting any job or doing any job, you have to look at the safety part of it, or the risks involved with what I'm going to be doing, the lockout part of it, everything.
I want safety first, quality second, production third. If it means that you're not going to make your goals, and because the machine's running unsafe, well, we'll shut it down and get it fixed.
It's a safety hazard. You're required to stop it. That's part of working at Hatch. Just like you're required to stop it if there's a quality issue, same with safety.
The responsibilities that I'm entrusted with now, a few more than, say, 10 years ago, but the bottom line is I enjoy working for Milliken.
Knowing that we have a performance system in place gives me a sense of security when I come to work. I'm not worried about if we're going to make our volume or production for the next day, if we're going to meet our goals for that period. I'm very comfortable in knowing that we put in a system that allows us, if we follow it correctly, that we don't have anything to worry about.